Hello friends, today we are going to install D-Link R03 router, which is an Eagle Pro AI series router. Model is R03. Today we are going to install for the internet configuration, followed by in the next video we will see how to configure the R03 as extender and as well as the access point. So first let us start with the internet configuration and let us see how we need to configure this R03 in a router mode. So firstly, if you see at the back side of the R03, there is one WAN port and there are 4 LAN ports. So you need to connect your internet cable to the WAN port of the router. Now basically there are 3 types of internet connections. One is dynamic, one is static, and one is the triple PoE, which is normally used in India. So in my scenario, I have dynamic internet connection, and that cable is connected to the WAN port of the R03 router. Similarly, I have taken one LAN cable from the LAN number 1 of the R03 to the laptop, to my laptop. Okay, so internet cable is connected to the WAN and LAN number 1 is connected to my laptop. So what we need to do is, first we need to open up the browser and we need to enter the default IP, which is 192.168.0.1. So once we open this, it will ask you the admin password. Now admin password is written at the back side of the at the bottom side of the router as device password. So we need to enter that password. So once you enter, just click on login. So since this is the first time we are trying to configure the router, we will get an option called the terms of use and privacy policy. So we need to click on agree. Now, as I said, now this router can be configured as 3 modes. One in router mode, extender mode, and access point mode. Now router mode and extender mode is directly given on with the setup wizard. Access point mode we'll have to configure it manually, which we'll see in the next videos. So first is let us focus on the router mode. So we need to select the router mode and click on next. So once you click on next, it will give you the wizard which will guide you through the step-by-step procedure for configuring of the router. Just have to click on next. So once you click on next, it will try to sync, it will try to identify the type of internet connection which is connected at the backside on the WAN port. So now it has identified that it is a dynamic connection. That is why it has went in the next screen. It has gone in the next screen to set up the Wi-Fi name and a password. Now in case if your internet connection is the static IP, then it will ask you to enter the IP address, subnet mask, default gateway over here. Similarly with the triple PoE connection, it will ask you to enter the username password over here. You have to enter it and then click on next. So once you click on next, you will get this screen. So you need to enter the Wi-Fi name of your choice, whatever you want, and the password of your choice. Then you can click on next. Here it will ask you to set up the admin password, so I am keeping as admin123. Then click on next again, select the time zone, click next. Keep my device up to date automatically, select that option and then click on next. You will get the summary. Just have to click on next. So once the settings are saved, should be able to access the internet. Now in the process, in the meanwhile, you will be able to see the changes in the lights of the router. So it will all starts to blink, and then all the LEDs will turn to white, solid white. If all the LEDs are white, that means you should be able to access the internet through the router. Just have to wait for some time here. You can also configure this router using the app which is called as Eagle Pro app, Eagle Pro AI app, which is there available on the Android and iOS platforms. So now all the LEDs are white, solid white, which indicates that the router is configuring. It's almost configured and you should be able to access the internet. So once the settings are saved, once the countdown is finished, we'll check the status of it. Alright, so once the settings are done, you can log in. Once you log in, you can check the status. Cable status is connected, connection type is dynamic IP, network status is connected, and the IP addresses are there. Okay, so IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, primary DNS, secondary DNS. Okay, so that means the internet is working through the router. I should be able to browse okay. Now once this is done, now if for an example, if you want to change the Wi-Fi name and a password, okay, you can just click on settings and then click on wireless. So here you can change the Wi-Fi name and a password. Once you change it, you can click on save and that's it. Alright, so this is how the router should be configured for the internet connection. In the next videos, we'll see how to configure this router in an extender mode and also in the access point mode. Okay, so thank you.